Every morning across America, millions of seniors sit down to a warm, familiar bowl of oatmeal. It feels safe, simple, and nourishing. A breakfast trusted for generations. Doctors have praised it, dietitians recommend it, and families pass down recipes for it. Oatmeal has long carried the reputation of being the heart-smart choice, a gentle food that fills the belly and comforts the soul. But here's the surprising truth. What's often celebrated as the perfect start to the day can quietly put pressure on one of the most vital organs in your body, your kidneys. This is especially true after the age of 60, when kidney function naturally begins to decline. The very nutrients that make oatmeal a superfood for some can, if prepared or consumed carelessly, become a hidden burden for aging kidneys. Imagine thinking you're protecting your heart, but without realizing it, straining the very organs that keep your blood clean and balanced. That's what happens when common oatmeal mistakes are repeated day after day. Over time, the minerals, additives, and portion sizes that once seemed harmless can add up to dangerous imbalances in your blood, weakening bones, raising heart risks, and speeding kidney wear and tear. In this video from Senior Healthcare, we'll explore the 5 most common oatmeal mistakes that harm kidneys after 60. Each one is surprisingly easy to make, and many seniors fall into these traps while honestly trying to eat better. Along the way, I'll share real-life stories, fictionalized but based on medical patterns, of older adults who thought oatmeal was their ally, only to discover it was silently adding to their health troubles. The good news is this: oatmeal does not have to be your enemy. With the right adjustments, it can remain a safe, warm, and satisfying breakfast that supports, not sabotages, your kidney health. Let's begin by taking a closer look at the double-edged nature of oatmeal, its benefits, and its risks for aging kidneys. Benefits and risks of oatmeal for aging kidneys. To understand oatmeal's hidden effects, we must first appreciate what makes it so popular. A bowl of rolled or steel-cut oats offers complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly, preventing sharp blood sugar spikes. This is especially important for seniors managing diabetes or insulin resistance. Oats also contain soluble fiber, particularly beta-glucan, which helps lower LDL cholesterol. That's why so many doctors recommend oats for heart health. For seniors struggling with appetite, oatmeal can feel comforting and filling. It creates a sense of warmth and satiety that keeps hunger at bay. And when flavored with fruits or spices, it becomes a versatile meal that can adapt to personal taste. But beneath these benefits lies a hidden challenge. Oatmeal is not a free-pass food, especially after 60. Even plain oats contain phosphorus, potassium, and protein. In younger adults with strong kidneys, these nutrients are filtered and balanced without much trouble. But as kidneys age, filtration slows. What was once harmless can now accumulate in the blood. Phosphorus, when elevated, begins pulling calcium from bones, leaving them weaker and more fracture-prone. It can also deposit in blood vessels, stiffening arteries and raising heart risks. Potassium, when too high, can disrupt muscle function and cause irregular heart rhythms. In severe cases, it can even trigger cardiac arrest. Protein, while essential for muscle maintenance, generates waste products that kidneys must process. An aging kidney struggles to keep up with even modest surpluses, accelerating decline over time. A half cup of dry oats doesn't seem like much, but it already contains around 166 milligrams of phosphorus, 147 milligrams of potassium, and 5 grams of protein. Add milk, nuts, or fruit on top, and suddenly that gentle breakfast becomes a mineral overload. This doesn't mean seniors must give up oatmeal. Rather, it highlights the importance of preparation, moderation, and awareness. With the right changes, oatmeal can still be part of a kidney-friendly diet. But first, we need to uncover the common mistakes that turn a healthy food into a hidden hazard. Mistake number 1. Cooking with cow's milk. The first and perhaps most common mistake is cooking oatmeal with cow's milk. It feels wholesome, doesn't it? The creamy texture, the added protein, the calcium for strong bones. Many seniors have used this method for decades, never questioning it. But as kidneys age, this combination quietly becomes a problem. Cow's milk is naturally high in both phosphorus and potassium. When paired with oats, which already contain both, you nearly double the load your kidneys must filter. For someone over 60, whose kidney efficiency may already be reduced by 20 to 40%, this extra burden is like asking tired muscles to lift twice the weight. Consider the story of Janice, a 66-year-old retired teacher. She had always prided herself on her healthy habits. Every morning, she simmered oats in whole milk, topped them with sliced banana, and believed she was doing her body a favor. But over time, Janice began to feel unusually fatigued. She noticed occasional muscle twitches and found herself short of breath on walks she once enjoyed. When she finally visited her doctor, her blood work showed elevated potassium and phosphorus levels. Her kidneys were struggling under the weight of her daily breakfast ritual. Janice was shocked. How could something so simple be the cause of her discomfort? Her doctor explained the hidden issue. The oats themselves were fine in moderation, but the cow's milk and banana were tipping the balance. With her kidneys no longer filtering efficiently, those minerals were piling up in her blood. The solution was simple but effective. Janice switched from cow's milk to unsweetened almond milk, which is naturally lower in potassium and phosphorus. Instead of bananas, she learned to top her oats with thin apple slices or blueberries in small amounts. Within weeks, her blood levels improved, her fatigue lifted, and she could enjoy her warm bowl again. This time without the hidden burden. Janice's experience teaches us something important. What seems healthy at 40 may not be as safe at 65. Aging bodies need adjustments, especially when it comes to kidney health. Mistake number 2. High potassium and high phosphorus toppings. Even if you've chosen plain oats and a kidney-friendly cooking liquid, the trouble isn't over. One of the easiest ways seniors accidentally overload their kidneys is with toppings. It's natural to think, the more fruit and nuts I add, the healthier it becomes. But when it comes to kidney health, some of the most popular oatmeal toppings are secretly working against you. Bananas, dried fruits like raisins and dates, nut butters, and mixed nuts are often seen as wholesome additions. Yet they carry significant amounts of potassium and phosphorus. For younger people with healthy kidneys, this isn't a major concern. But after 60, those extra minerals pile on like bricks in a backpack that's already too heavy. Let's take the story of George, a 72-year-old grandfather who had always been proud of his morning routine. His wife used to tease him about his oatmeal masterpiece. Each day, George cooked his oats with almond milk, then topped them with half a banana, a generous spoonful of peanut butter, a sprinkle of walnuts, and sometimes even a handful of raisins. It looked colorful, smelled delicious, and made him feel like he was fueling his body with goodness. But after a few months, George began noticing unusual symptoms: leg cramps at night, occasional fluttering in his chest, and a constant sense of fatigue. At first he blamed age. But when his doctor ran blood tests, the results were clear. His potassium levels were too high, and his phosphorus was climbing as well. His kidneys, which were already filtering more slowly with age, could no longer keep up with the mineral storm his breakfasts were delivering. George was stunned. "I thought I was eating like a health guru," he told his doctor. And in many ways, he was. But kidney health has its own rules. Too much of even a good thing can become dangerous. With guidance from a renal dietitian, George learned to adjust. He swapped bananas for fresh apple slices, traded peanut butter for a sprinkle of cinnamon, and saved dried fruit for occasional snacks instead of daily use. Within weeks, his cramps disappeared, his heartbeat steadied, and his energy returned. The lesson is simple. For seniors, toppings matter as much as the oats themselves. If your kidneys are slowing, piling on high potassium and high phosphorus extras is like asking them to do double duty. Instead, choose toppings that give flavor without overloading your body. Berries in moderation, apples, pears, or spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. It's about balance, not deprivation. And as we'll see next, the danger doesn't only come from what you add on top. Sometimes it's baked right into the oats themselves before you even open the box. Mistake number 3, instant or flavored oats. In today's busy world, convenience often wins. Instant oatmeal packets are marketed as heart-healthy, quick, and comforting. They come in cheerful flavors: maple and brown sugar, cinnamon apple, peaches, and cream. Seniors living alone or those who tire easily may see these as the perfect solution. Just add hot water and breakfast is ready. But here's the hidden danger. Instant and flavored oats are not the same as plain rolled or steel-cut oats. They are often packed with added sodium for taste and shelf life, and worse, phosphate additives to improve texture, color, and cooking time. Unlike natural phosphorus from whole foods, these additives are absorbed almost completely into the bloodstream. That means your kidneys must work overtime to get rid of them. Let's look at the story of Walter, a 74-year-old widower who lived by himself in a small apartment. After his wife passed away, he tried to keep his meals simple. To replace sugary cereals, he switched to instant oatmeal. Maple and brown sugar was his favorite. Every morning for nearly 2 years, he opened a packet, poured in hot water, and enjoyed the sweet comfort it brought. But slowly, Walter began to notice changes. His ankles started swelling, his shoes felt tighter, and he became short of breath climbing the stairs. He brushed it off as getting old. But when he went for a routine checkup, his doctor noticed signs of declining kidney function. Blood work revealed elevated phosphate levels and borderline high blood pressure. When Walter's diet was reviewed, the culprit became clear: those instant oatmeal packets. Each serving delivered not just hidden phosphates, but also around 200 to 250 milligrams of sodium. For kidneys already slowing down, this was like throwing fuel on a smoldering fire. Guided by his healthcare provider, Walter made a simple but powerful change. He replaced the instant packets with plain rolled oats cooked on the stove. Instead of relying on artificial sweetness, he flavored his oatmeal naturally, with cinnamon, diced apple, and a drizzle of honey. The difference was dramatic. Within a few months, his swelling decreased, his breathing improved, and his phosphate levels dropped into a safer range. Walter's story shows that when it comes to kidneys, convenience can come at a cost. What seems like a harmless shortcut can, over time, create conditions that silently speed kidney decline. Choosing unflavored, minimally processed oats may take a few extra minutes, but those minutes can preserve years of kidney function. And as we move forward, we'll uncover another trap that catches even the healthiest eaters: eating too much of a good thing. Too often. Mistake number 4, large portions or too often. Sometimes the problem isn't in the toppings or additives, it's in the portion size itself. Oatmeal has gained such a reputation as a healthy food that many seniors treat it like a free pass. The more, the better. But when it comes to aging kidneys, portion size matters just as much as food choice. Every bowl of oatmeal contains phosphorus, potassium, and protein. A small serving may be manageable, but large portions, especially eaten daily, can overwhelm kidneys that are already working at reduced capacity. Over time, this steady excess can accelerate the decline of kidney function, even when everything else in the diet looks clean. Take the story of Marjorie, a 76-year-old former nurse. She was disciplined about her health, walking every morning and eating what she considered a textbook diet. After her doctor encouraged her to increase her fiber intake, she took oatmeal to heart. Every single day, she ate a heaping cup and a half of dry oats cooked into a massive bowl that carried her through the morning. At first, she felt proud of her choice, but within a year, Marjorie began noticing swelling in her hands, shortness of breath while climbing stairs, and persistent fatigue. When her doctor checked her labs, they showed rising phosphorus and potassium levels and a drop in her kidney filtration rate. She was shocked. She had avoided junk food, kept her salt low, and exercised daily. How could oatmeal, of all things, be the issue? Her renal dietitian explained, "It wasn't that oatmeal was bad, it was simply too much." Each day she was asking her kidneys to handle a load they could no longer process efficiently. With age, moderation is not just wise, it is essential. Marjorie reluctantly reduced her oatmeal to a half-cup serving, and instead of eating it every day, she rotated with other kidney-friendly breakfasts like rice porridge with vegetables or yogurt with low-potassium fruits. Within months, her swelling decreased, her energy returned, and her kidney numbers stabilized. The takeaway? Even the healthiest foods can become harmful when portion size and frequency are ignored. For kidney health after 60, balance is everything. Oatmeal can still be part of your life, but not in endless amounts. Mistake number 5, skipping labels and hidden ingredients. The final mistake often hides in plain sight, failing to read labels. Many seniors assume that if a product looks wholesome, organic granola, natural oat clusters, or healthy oat bars, it must be safe. But when it comes to protecting your kidneys, the small print on the back of the package can make all the difference. Many processed oat products contain phosphate additives, extra sodium, or even artificial sweeteners. These phosphate additives are particularly dangerous because they're absorbed almost completely by the body, causing rapid spikes in blood phosphorus. For aging kidneys, this is like running a marathon every single morning. Consider the story of Clara, a 69-year-old retired school counselor. She prided herself on avoiding junk food. Instead, she stocked her pantry with premium granola that advertised itself as all natural. She snacked on it daily and felt secure in her choices. But during a routine checkup, her labs showed climbing phosphorus levels and a decline in kidney filtration. Clara was stunned. She had been so careful, or so she thought. When her dietitian examined the packaging, the truth was revealed. Each serving of her favorite granola contained multiple phosphate additives with names she had never noticed, ingredients ending in -phos that had slipped past her eyes. On top of that, the granola contained over 200 milligrams of sodium per serving. When Clara switched to plain rolled oats and began making her own homemade granola with unsalted seeds, a sprinkle of cinnamon, and dried fruit in moderation, her phosphorus levels returned to safer ranges within months. She still enjoyed her snacks, but now with the peace of mind that she was in control of the ingredients. The lesson here is clear. Protecting your kidneys isn't just about the big meals, it's also about the fine print. Reading labels is not a chore, it's a safeguard. If you see additives ending in -phos, hidden sodium, or suspicious sweeteners, think twice. For seniors, awareness is the difference between food that helps and food that harms. So, what does all of this mean for you? Should seniors abandon oatmeal completely? Absolutely not. Oatmeal can remain one of the most comforting, nourishing breakfasts, even after 60, if it's approached with care. The 5 mistakes we've covered: cooking with cow's milk, loading on high-potassium toppings, relying on instant or flavored oats, eating oversized portions, and skipping labels, are not meant to scare you away from oats. They are meant to show you how small, repeated habits can either support your kidneys or slowly wear them down. By choosing plain oats, cooking with kidney-friendly liquids, selecting low-potassium toppings, avoiding processed instant packets, keeping portions moderate, and reading labels with care, you give your kidneys the breathing room they need to keep serving you well. For Janice, George, Walter, Marjorie, and Clara, the changes weren't drastic. They didn't have to give up oatmeal entirely. They simply had to adjust how they enjoyed it. And in return, they gained energy, improved lab results, and peace of mind. Your kidneys have worked tirelessly for decades. They have filtered every drop of blood in your body, balanced your minerals, and protected you from toxins. After 60, they deserve a little extra care. So the next time you prepare your morning oats, remember this: the choices you make in that small bowl ripple far beyond breakfast. They can shape your energy for the day, your heart health for the year, and the strength of your kidneys for the years ahead.